We're going to kick off our show with Dr. Tammy Greer. Hi.
Hey.
Thank you for coming. Now, again, you're here with School Day. You're here to talk to me about School Day. But before you talk to me about School Day, can you just tell me your position here at the university for those that don't know?
Sure. I'm an associate professor in the Department of Psychology, and I'm the director for the Center for American Indian Research and Studies, which is in the College of Arts and Letters. And I am the faculty advisor for the Golden Eagles Intertribal Society, which is a Native focus group here on campus.
Very cool. Now, what is School Day?
School Day is a day where little kids come, and some big kids too, but kids come and we set up activities and events and games that are Native American focused. So, and really, truly Southeastern Native American focused. And we've been doing it yearly for about the last 4 years in conjunction with the April powwow. But this year, the teachers asked that we have a school day during Native American Heritage Month, which is November. And so in order to help them sort of get the point across and teach the kids about Native Americans and sort of give them a hands-on experience with Native American activities during Native American Heritage Month. And so we did.
Very cool. What brought about kind of like the inspiration? I know you guys say you do it every year, but what brought about this inspiration to provide students with this education of this culture?
Well, I talked with sort of in my outreach activities with the center. I talked with the Native American tribes in Louisiana and Alabama and Mississippi, and sort of what they all were saying was that, you know, a lot of people don't know that we're still here, that the Native Americans of these areas are still around, still exist, still have tribal communities, still, you know, retain their culture, many aspects of their culture, some even their languages. And so I thought, well, you know, how are we going to deal with that? And one way to deal with that is to help the youth understand that these tribes are still here. And with the youth, we can do it in fun ways and in active ways and ways that, you know, make a real impression on these kids. And so we started School Day, getting all the youths that we could to come and learn about Native heritage over here.
Very cool. Now, you were telling me earlier about this class that you teach. You teach statistics.
I do.
And how do you incorporate this culture into your curriculum?
Well, so people come into my statistics class, and every statistics class probably really, and not wanting to be there and being afraid of math and being afraid of science and being afraid of statistics and not really having any interest in it. And so most of what I do is working to overcome that boundary that we have that's between us, as me trying to, you know, deliver content and them trying to receive that. So what I've done this year is I've made the Native American Heritage Day part of the statistics curriculum. So the students will go out and man these tables. My statistics students, as part of their grade, will go out and man these tables. And what they're required to do is learn about the activity, find a story that goes along with that activity, teach the kids about something Native American heritage, but also about math and science in the process. So, you know, one of the activities is throwing a rabbit stick. And so I asked the students who were in charge of that activity, how are you going to incorporate statistics into throwing a rabbit stick, which is a hickory stick at a bunny, you know, a stuffed animal sitting on something. And they said, well, we're going to graph the number of times they hit versus the number of times they miss. And for the whole class, we can find a class average for the number of times that was. And I'm like, well, yeah, that's it. So they're going to help me not only deliver this Native American Heritage Day to the fourth graders, but also they're going to help these fourth graders overcome any resistance they have to math or statistics as well. Because maybe if we just keep putting it out there in this kind of a way, by the time they get to college, there'll be no resistance. You know, that's my goal. That's my hope.
I think they're still gonna dread college
Yeah.
statistics. I'm sorry,
Maybe
Dr. Greer.
so.
Like, all too many times my friends have been like, oh no, I have to
I,
take statistics this
I
semester.
know. I
Thank God
know.
I dodged that bullet. Thank God. But really, I do understand where you're going. That's a very interesting and clever way of incorporating something like that, because we were talking about it earlier, and I asked you why fourth graders.
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually when they start taking their
Mississippi history. That's when
right,
Mississippi
right.
history curriculum starts in fourth grade.
So definitely. So instead of reading about it in a book like I had to do,
Mm-hmm.
they're coming on this campus and they're interacting with Native American students
And other college students.
and other college students,
Mm-hmm.
and they're picking up on all this great culture,
Mm-hmm.
and it's right there in their hands
Mm-hmm.
instead of reading about it in a book.
Right.
And they're being exposed to it
And
as they
being
learn.
exposed to academic areas as well, and math and science, which is what I'm interested in.
So it's very interesting and clever to think of a way to bring children in. And then I also asked you, like, why did children like need this type of exposure to Native American culture?
So Native Americans in the United States, people who identify themselves as Native Americans, which are usually tribal people, are only 1.5% of the United States
Wow.
population. So very small population of Native Americans. And in Mississippi, it's less than 0.5% of Native Americans. Most Native Americans were moved here in the Southeast, were forcibly removed and moved to Oklahoma, which the Trail of Tears, that's what the Trail of Tears is about. And so, but there were Native Americans who stayed behind for various reasons, but who stayed here in the Southeast. And so, unless you live in Oklahoma or out west where there are large tribal populations, you may not know that there are any Native Americans anywhere around. And I found out that that was the case when we got a group of our school children, and I just started asking them, who used to live here 500 years ago, and they didn't know. And then I asked, well, after we figured out it was Native Americans, after we talked that through, and I said, well, which tribes? And they didn't know. And so it's a big job to educate.
They're like Africa.
Yeah, Africans and Irish people and whatever they were, whatever they were, or whatever their friends were, And I'm like, no, Africans live in Africa. So that's our job, and that's our outreach, and that's part of the outreach of the center, and part of my own personal outreach, and the outreach of the student group, and so we're gonna do our best at it.
Very cool. Now, once again, when is school day?
School day is Friday, November 7th, from 9 until about 2. And we have about 100 school children coming for this first one that we're doing in November. But we'd also like to invite any of the college students who are in the area who want to come out and just, throw a rabbit stick or play one of the bean thump games or something like that. You're welcome to get in line and try it out as well.
Very cool. Well, we will definitely, if anyone needs any more information about school day, how can they get more information about that?
They can email me at tammy@usm.edu.